Hey everyone, welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So I have not done a reading on YouTube in a long time. Tons of excuses I can give, but ultimately just a lot of things going on, and I could not really focus on giving a solid reading. I blocked my calendar out, so I wasn't even taking personal readings there for a while. So this is going to be the general weekly reading for August 15th through the 21st. It will not be for all of you, but if you're here, welcome. I'm so glad that you are present and ready to take in this message. Please subscribe if you're not, and leave a comment, let me know where you're from. So I pulled a couple cards on TikTok already, so I will go through those, and let me just pull a few more so we can start to get the message fully baked. So the message I was getting on TikTok was that the shadow phase is waning. So for many of you who have put a lot of time and effort on healing and going through maybe a dark night of the soul or some shadow work, you have completed it or near completion, and you have broken a ton of freaking cycles. Become way more self-aware of your energy and how you react to things. And a lot of it too could have been why I was so stuck in the past with this Five of Cups, right? Like, why was I allowing myself to emotionally stay so attached to a person, place, or thing that really did not serve my overall well-being? And by the way, when I say that, your feelings are valid, okay? And it's okay to get upset and frustrated, but you have to learn how to pick yourself up and also disconnect and cut ties. And that is a very hard thing to do. It takes a lot of courage to do. We talked about this raven. For some of you, that could certainly be an animal that you feel very close with or you have a strong connection to. But they're also messengers. These crows and ravens have the ability to bring messages from other realms, and they can travel. They certainly have connection to the underworld. So for so many of you, it's almost like that deep down, you knew that you have to move forward. You have to move forward. You can't let yourself stay in a state of melancholy and just relive pain and sadness and frustration. It's okay to reflect. It's okay to be in your feelings for, a certain amount of time, but you have to kick your own butt and be accountable and say, look, this isn't for my best good and my highest good. And it's only draining my energy. Because we can't live in the past. Our future is our future. We have to pay attention to what's going on in the present. Okay, so we can shift and align ourselves to the future that we want. For so many of you, I think that this is now the time to become a lot more vocal on what you want. A lot more from what you feel to what you say. This needs to be in alignment. So what you're feeling, you need to be able to articulate and explain and communicate to people, your boundaries or why something that is working or is not working. Okay. The Queen of Swords is all about being very, very vocal. I mean, the Queen of Swords is independent, fierce, sassy. Do not get into this person's way, because she, he, or they that pulls this energy of the Queen of Swords is very much about business, making things happen, not dealing with any drama, not dealing with people from the past that have brought them down before. This is an energy that's like, I am going to cut out any BS that is in my way and stalls my progress. The Queen of Swords is a very, very ferocious energy. And for so many of you, you're kicking into high gear. It really feels like you guys can feel the shift in change, like the energy, the shift, or that there's a change. There's change coming, and it's almost like you can feel the electricity in the air. You don't know the how or the when, but you can feel that something is happening. And for so many of you, this is about confidence. This is about believing you're the baddie, okay? Because when you believe in yourself 100% from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, nothing's going to stop you, okay? We have Seven of Cups. Lots of options going on. A lot of things can be coming. You're going to be manifesting a lot quicker. But when I say this, manifestation you can bring a lot of things in, a lot of people in, a lot of opportunities. That does not mean that all of them are the right thing. Remember, go back to that self-reflection and remind yourself, Does this have a similar feel from the past? And if it does, you need to kind of take a step back and figure out what you want to deal with and what you don't. If you see, this giraffe has this clouded vision and it's kind of blurred on all these opportunities and things that are coming in. Do not get overwhelmed with the glitz and the glam or false promises. Really look into the details, see what opportunity or person or, you know, if there's a place, if you can move or whatever the case is going on in your life, that you really look at the details and ask yourself, is this the right thing for me? Is this what I really want? And is this going to make me happy? Again, from your heart or what you're feeling, communicate it out, okay? We also have the Page of Swords. You know, I will tell you that this is also about trusting yourself. You know, such a cute little panther. Reminds me of my little black cat. He's not little, he's a monster, but but the Page of Swords is all about using your intuition and being innovative and using what you have at your fingertips to make decisions or to gain knowledge or understanding, like social media, like the internet, whatever the case is. Do your due diligence, especially if you have a lot of things coming at you. Research the company, research a person. You know what I mean? Like, this is the time to be like Blue's Clues. Really start to dig in. Because you'll do yourself a disservice if you don't. The Page of Swords is also reminding yourself that you have to have confidence and trust that you can figure it out as you go. You know, a lot of people immediately want to jump to that, you know, emperor or empress level, high priest or high priestess level, the magician. And yes, that energy is a very much a strong completion and, you know, a lot of expertise, a lot of time and experience. But at some point, that individual, you start at the page. Everyone starts at the page, right? Like, you have to build yourself up to get to that experience, to get to that level of understanding. So don't get frustrated, okay? You have to start somewhere. And, you know, in a traditional tarot, it's usually, a young individual who has a sword in their hand and they're kind of looking off into the distance. And it's like even the page that's called to step up picks up their, you know, weapon of choice or their tool or whatever the case is and just figures it out and bravely, courageously takes a step forward. Okay, so that's what you're being asked to do now. Trust yourself, okay? This self-reflection, all the healing that you've gone through, if something seems very much like it's happening again, take a step back. Voice your concerns and opinions. Reflect, but don't stay in this melancholy state. So we also have the Queen of Pentacles. We have her in reverse. But the Queen of Pentacles, to me, I feel like just because I think with this unknown kind of this, you know, there's a lot of things that can come at you, especially when you're manifesting, and things start to happen all at once, right? That's normal. That's always how it happens, it seems like. You're having to kind of navigate with all of these choices or decisions. Which one do I choose? Which one do I take? You know, am I going to make the right decision? All these things are going in your head. And again, it's about trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, and how does it feel? Okay? Yes, you need to think of the logic place first, but for some of you, you're really being called to, what does it feel? Does it feel right? Is it a little bit scary, but does it feel right? Does it seem too good to be true? And there's a pit in your stomach where you're just like, it sounds good, but listen to that. Listen to yourself. The Queen of Pentacles, I feel like there's just some instability. Could be around in the home. It could be some, you know, finances. That's all going to pan out, okay? Because I feel like it's might be that way for a little bit, but that does not mean that that's your long-term situation. I really feel that success, 10 of Cups, success is on the way. 10 of Cups is happiness, abundance, fulfillment. Not only with yourself, but others. Everybody has a different vision of what their 10 of Cups is. For some people, you know, it's a family, you know, it's being single and having enough money just to, you know, travel around the world and do whatever. Everybody's different. For some of you, it's buying some real estate, your first home. 10 of Cups is coming. So even though it feels a little uncomfortable, unsteady, and I'm not telling you obviously be smart. Don't, blow your rent money or your mortgage money because you feel like, gosh, I got to join this new affiliate program. Don't get worked up what everyone else is doing. Focus, listen to yourself. Be smart. The unsteadiness, it's going to pass, because ultimately the universe is telling you to trust yourself. Does it feel right? And if it doesn't, again, what you're feeling needs to be articulated. Open that mouth. Express what you're thinking, okay? A few more cards. I love this deck, but it's not sometimes the easiest to shuffle. And I feel like my hands are like slick. What did we say? The shadow is waning. 9 of Swords in reverse. We love to see the 9 of Swords in reverse. It really shows that for some of you, again, it's not for all of you, some of you have put in the time and effort and work. It is not an easy feat, folks. The more you get comfortable at looking within yourself, you're going to be able to handle it better the next time around. Notice how this is a raven or crow's skull. You know how I mentioned that, obviously these birds are communicators and can pass through realms and even have connection to the underworld. For some of you, that old part of you is dying off. A necessary phase, coming to completion. 6 of Cups, folks. Happiness, fulfillment. Do not lose sight that in the long run, things can change. A lot of times we get really worked up what's in front of us. It's not happening the way I want to. We all go through that, okay? And I'm not saying how you feel is wrong, but at the end of the day, don't get so worked up about this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It is a moment in time. Be smart, be grounded. A castle and an empire is not built in a day. It's not. Brick by brick. Focus. Consistency. And for many of you starting over, I know it feels uncomfortable. This change, shift, you are going to be more stable, because ask yourself again, does it feel right? If it's uncomfortable because it's a new thing, but it feels right, to me, that's always a sign you're on the right path. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups. Things are in sync. Energy is flowing. Okay? I hope this message has helped for some of you, all of you, whoever is looking. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you do not follow me on TikTok, make sure you do. And please subscribe if you're not. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Thank you so much.